Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Prep Talk Live. I'm Casey with Cascadia Dispatch. Joining me, hopefully, will be Cliff the Urban Prepper. We are having some technical difficulties on Cliff's side of things. I don't know if it's a solar flare or like the internet just didn't like the Fed's rate hike today or something, but it was having some problems. He was coming on, dropping off, and coming on and dropping off. So I'm hopeful that he will be able to pop back on here. I'm hoping that he's like restarting or something and they're not in some sort of weird Wi-Fi bubble. So hopefully he'll join us. And if not, then we'll do just kind of a short little stream. But I wanted to drop in and say hi. I know that everybody, holy cow, there's 46 people here. Cliff, get over here. Get your Prepper Kangol hatted self on this stream. He just sent me a text saying nothing is working. Well, Cliff, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy, but there's more people that have ever been on our show happening right now. He says he's still trying, so I'm sure that he's probably joining on. Pony Girl is saying that lots of channels are having a problem right now, so hopefully that is just a momentary thing. Welcome in, everybody. There's all kinds of people in here. I see Guardian Prepper is here. I see Finding A Fresh is here. Pigs Fly is here. Maybe we need to do 5:45 as our start time. Is that like a better time for everybody? Would it be better if we did 5:45 as opposed to 5:30? Because this is crazy, the number of people that are here. I'm very excited. For everybody who's new, who hasn't been here, because I got to imagine that there are a lot of new people here who maybe haven't seen us before on Prep Talk Live. I'm Casey with Cascadia Dispatch. My partner and host, as usual, who is not here at the moment, the Urban Prepper. We get on. We have a loose agenda, usually. Some things that we want to talk about. Usually we talk about things of the day or the week. And then we go off on tangents. And usually everyone just kind of holds on. They grit their teeth, and we see where we end up at the end of the show. And the end of the show usually is defined by whenever Tup has to go to like jujitsu class or something like that, or a parent-teacher conference or something, or I never leave as a result. As long as Cliff wants to stay on the stream, I stay on the stream. So we usually go for about an hour. If you haven't already, go ahead, hit subscribe, hit the like button. I would say let everybody know, but holy cow, we've got way more people. Oh, here he is. Here he is. The man, the myth, the legend.
Is it working?
We are. You are here.
Is this thing on?
Buddy, I don't know what happened. I think maybe if we start without you, that's even better for our numbers. Because we got like twice as many people as are normally here right now.
Nice. I don't know what's going on. I tried switching computers. I switched cameras. All sorts of stuff, but hey, what did I miss?
What did you miss?
I'm 19 minutes late.
Yeah, exactly. So here's what had happened. What had happened was you were trying to get on, and it was not working. Black screen. Then there was a frozen picture of you, which was hilarious, and I almost screen grabbed it for future TikToks. I didn't though. Then it was a black screen again, and then it was as if you vanished off the face of the earth. I got on to just let everybody know, hey, we're trying, we'll be here. And waiting in the lobby was more people that have ever, we're 78 people. What is happening?
I think we're live on the Urban Prepper channel is what's going on. So we're.
Oh, is that what? You put us on the main stage, you were 19 minutes late to your own stream?
That's just what happens. So. All right,
so this explains so much more.
We're no longer on Got Preps, we're on the Urban Prepper channel. So
we're on the big show. I would have I don't know, I would have ironed my sweatshirt or something if I knew we were going to be on the big time.
Yeah, well, we're on the big time for today. So I've been meaning to do a live stream on the main channel anyway, so might as well do it now. But yeah, all sorts of technical difficulties today. So
well, that's all right. We made it work. We made it happen. Welcome in. How are things? I was trying to explain to all the new people because there was like, there's so many new people. I don't even know that they know what we're doing.
Yeah. Well,
But if they're on your channel, then they might know what's going on.
Yeah, they're like, who's this guy? So, well, I guess it's been a while since I posted a live stream on the Urban Prepper channel, just because we've been so busy. But we've been doing this basically weekly for we're going on the year now. I posted on the Got Preps, the secondary channel. So this will be a fun one to do here.
Yeah, exactly. Someone
says it sounds like I'm in a tunnel. Let me see if I can fix that. But
I tried to change some of the audio, so it's not. You came in as the booming voice of Tup. It was like,
all right,
authority. He has arrived.
Yes.
So I tried to adjust that.
So I'm using my normal microphone, but this will be a fun live stream on the big channel. It's been a while since I've done a video too, so it'll be a good time to chat. So
yeah, exactly. We got lots to chat about, and by lots to chat about, I mean we have our normal amount of things. Yeah. So let's start it off. What have you been up to? You've been very busy. Trying to connect the internet, I guess, with your hands or cups in a string or something like that. What's been going on?
Well, technical difficulties. It was a super busy day, and so I was I barely got on to do the live stream at the right time, and then for some reason the camera didn't work, and then the network didn't work, and then the second computer didn't work, and then that audio didn't work, and then I rebooted, reset the camera, I pulled out the SD card, and then it finally worked. So we're back, but looking forward to bringing this show that I think we're on episode 32 now. Bringing the show on the big channel and saying hi to some new folks.
Exactly. After 12 months, Tup finally felt like we were ready. He was ready to share me with the world. I think is what happened. That was, although actually, like I've been on streams on your channel before.
Yeah, we've been on many streams. And for those that are they're like, who's this guy over here? This is Cascadia Dispatch, Casey, and we've been on the channel in the past for several years now. And we do this broadcast as more of like a fun-loving prepper type talk where we talk about all sorts of things and go places that we never really thought about with regard to prepping and the things that are going on in our day-to-day lives from more of the family-friendly type perspective. So yeah,
exactly. We are the opposite of the doom zoom. If you still consider being worried about things in life, we don't sugarcoat anything. But look, we got Legos and Funkos, and we talk about all kinds of things that is not necessarily politics and news related.
Yeah, we'll talk about all the other stuff, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, exactly. There's tactical chickens have been brought up previously. There are moats with alligators. I mean, it's a wide gamut of things, and usually there is some off-color joke that will happen at some point during the stream. That tends to happen always at the end.
And I've been doing it. Yeah, I have a few live streams planned for the I was going to give an announcement. Hey, here's where I've been the past few months type thing. But let's just do it now. We'll do it live.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do it live. What do you got? What's on the slate?
Yeah, so I have one where basically on this channel, at least for the last several months, I kind of really detached from a lot of things especially with stuff going on for the international type issues and stuff. I really kind of tune out some of the stuff because it was giving me anxiety, waking up in the middle of the night, worried about, there's one night I woke up and I wanted to make sure that my CBRN hazmat suits were all in order and stuff. And it wasn't healthy for with my family and stuff too. So freaking out the kids and stuff. So I kind of really turned off the news, turned off the social media, turned off YouTube stuff, and just tried to enjoy life a little bit. And it's been actually to be honest, kind of nice to not have to worry about stuff. But you still have that itch for the prepping type videos and the fun stuff. And hopefully it's something that people want to see. But if we're talking just this week, it's just been really busy with work and with family and school starting for a lot of the kids I know. So redoing some of the normal day-to-day type timeline stuff. So what about with you?
Oh, very nice. So for us, it's been similar. We had cold run through the house the last couple of days, so kids were home and everything. But we have been kind of immersed, I would say, in planning for the bunker office that we're building. So we actually break ground next week. So we've had all kinds of
have you figured a name for the bunker?
I think we are going to have a contest. I think we need to have a contest for that. I think maybe there will be a giveaway. I think maybe I've got I've got a bunch of these little dumpster fires that I got, the little Funko dumpster. They're not Funko, but they're like a Funko dumpster. I think maybe we'll do like a giveaway with a dumpster fire or something to see who can name the office, who can come up with the best name. But yeah, we had the guys out to try to do. We're trying to figure out solar now because I keep going on this solar kick of trying to make solar work somewhere in our house. So we had a bunch of guys out trying to figure out how to do solar and batteries and net metering if we could pull it all off, and see about that. So we had that going on. We got to relocate the chickens now because we're going to end up basically taking over their area with the office. So we're getting them equipped with all their tactical rooster gear. We're going to make those. I think we talked about that on our last stream or a couple streams of things that we should put in the bunker. And so we're looking at that. I went and tried to find some tubs or boxes that we can actually put in the ground to go with all the trap doors. So that's a thing. It sounds like you are fording a river at the moment, or you are crossing the sea. Is anyone else hearing?
Is it a me thing? Is that what's my
I don't know. It sounds like you're at the dentist's office with that little straw tube thing in your mouth. That's better. Whatever you did there is better. Now it's back. Okay. Yeah. Welcome to Prep Talk Live, where we have technical. You know what? I'm glad this is on your channel, because if it was like just my channel, I'd feel like it would be problematic. I'd be, but if you have technical issues, it's your channel, so that's perfectly fine. So anyway, yeah, now I've lost your audio. Now you don't exist, but you know what? We'll just say you're agreeing with me. You're agreeing with everything that I say, and that's fantastic. Right now you're back.
I'm back?
Yep, you're back.
I'm not using my fancy microphone, so I'm not sure what's
going on. Yeah, I think your fancy microphone hated the internet.
Yeah, I don't. Geez, what's going on?
But yeah, you're back now, so that's good. And it doesn't sound like you're, sailing the 7 seas, which is a plus.
It's using the laptop microphone right now, so probably not the best, but I guess it's better than what it was.
That's okay. It actually sounds rather decent, and I popped up the volume a little bit, so we're good to go.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yes, Tup the soundless one. That's what we have going on. Yeah. He's the strong silent type of prepper, is what he is. So anyway, so for anybody who's new, who hasn't been following, we're doing a backyard bunker office. We're looking for fun ideas of things to include. There are actually line items in the scope of work to build this office for me, for fun bunker stuff. So we're going to put a ham radio out there. We're going to do rain catchment. I'm trying to do solar. But if other people have ideas, we've talked about trap doors. Amy sent me a doormat or the link to a doormat.
I was wondering what you got sent from Amy.
Yeah, so she sent me this image of a doormat that says this is definitely not a trap door.
Yeah.
And I ordered it immediately because that's what I do. So it's coming. It should be here this week, which is great because we still don't have I don't have an office yet or anything, but I've begun acquiring things. I've got a new table that's going to be able to let me do top-down videos, so I can do a little bit more like product stuff, and we can talk about planning and stuff with a top-down camera that folds up and everything. So we're getting that. That's here. So I think there'll be some cool stuff. We're measuring out for where the trapdoors could go, and okay, what do we need to do to the ground to actually make that work? So I'm hoping to start putting some videos together on kind of the journey, because I don't know that it's going to be a vlog necessarily, but it'll be kind of a documentation of it. Hopefully in the next couple weeks. They might start off as like YouTube shorts and TikToks, but that's maybe what we're thinking about. Indoor grow lights. Yes, fantastic idea. Love that. I've actually looked at a couple of the systems that actually are grow systems that have the lights and the hydroponics and everything, and putting that in there potentially. But I love that idea. Yes, it has been forever since we've seen Tup. Even today, it seems like it's been a long time since we've seen Tup, but he's back and he's here.
Yeah, can you hear me now, or am I silent?
You're a little quiet, but we can hear you. I've popped up the volume, the mic input as much as I can.
I switched it back to the blue snowball microphone, so hopefully it's working now.
All right. It's not as I don't hear any waves.
Okay, great.
Yeah, exactly.
I unplugged some things, so hopefully it works a little bit better. So
just start ripping stuff out. Just see what happens, and it'll be good. So how is your garden like winterization, like the tomatoes and the potatoes?
I've been meaning to talk to you about that. So yeah, I mentioned in a previous episode that my wife has completely taken over our container gardening because she thinks that I suck at it, basically. And so she expanded our operation. So she has like about 30 tomato plants. So we're just like drowning in tomatoes lately. And so she's gotten really into pressure canning. And so she's been making salsas and cherry tomato, just jars of canning cherry tomatoes. And we're having just diced tomatoes canned. And so she's been doing awesome for that. And I'm working on a video on it. But and then she's also the funny thing for this past week is that for some reason she decided she's going to grow a ton of hot peppers. And the peppers are, well, what's it called? I'll look it up as we're talking. But it's the hottest. It's not the hottest pepper that I've ever. Well, it's super
like
hot.
Ghost peppers.
Ghost pepper. Let me get it. It's
habaneros.
Well, she grew some habaneros, but it's not just habaneros. It's this other one. Starts with an F. Let's see.
Starts with an F. Are they just F and hot peppers?
Yellow fatale peppers is what it was. And I took a small. She wanted to grow it for our preps. I'm like, okay, I like hot stuff, and so she grew these peppers. And I took a very small sliver of it to try it out. And it was so hot. I was offended by how hot it was. I'm like, why would you grow this? We could use it as pepper spray maybe, but it was so like it numbed my mouth and everything like that. And so we had a big kick over the past few days. We've been having people come over and I'm like, hey, you want to try this pepper? And so we have them try a sliver of the pepper. And they all have the same reaction where they're just offended with with how hot it is. Except
hey, Steve, come on over. You want to die? Let's try this deliciousness that's happening right here.
Yeah, so we have one of my neighbors who's also a closet prepper too. I'm like, hey, you got to try this pepper. This
wait. Is he a closet prepper or is he a secret prepper?
He's a secret prepper. Okay. I think more people they're okay with the talk of preppers lately. So I had him come. I texted him, hey, you got to try this pepper. He came over, he liked it, and so he took a whole bunch of them with him for his eggs. And so he eats those spicy peppers with eggs. But anyway, so my wife now has been she's like the Heisenberg now of hot peppers, where she has these dehydrators going all over the place, and she's grinding her own powder mixes and stuff, and she's putting it in spaghetti, and so it's been a spicy household with the stuff that we're growing. But I think it's really helped her. She really likes she likes canning, and she likes the pressurized canning and making different sauces, and it's forcing us to eat at home a lot more using the stuff that we're actually growing. So I'm worried. I don't know what it's going to be next year, but I think she's going to expand the operations even further.
All right. Now, it's not usually my role to step in here with this topic, but I feel like you're not in a position to take advantage of what you just said there. So let me just ask, is the reason that you're not able to leave the house a whole lot and you're having to eat at home because you are concerned about the effect of these hot peppers that Mrs. Prepper is putting in literally everything?
It was the joke of the family where I was getting text messages in the morning because everyone's like, oh, well, how was it coming out? And so I get all these texts from people, hey, how's the bathroom situation going? And like, it's going good. Thanks for asking. They're asking about the urban pooper, and I saw someone said, and someone said Mrs. Urban Pepper I think that would be a great name for her. She's the pepper queen of the neighborhood. She's given these things out to all these we do a lot of bartering with our neighbor. We're not bartering, but we just we have a neighbor that brings us eggs and we give them other things, tomatoes and stuff. And now we're giving peppers out to people.
Heartburn, indigestion, eye irritation.
Yeah, a lot of the neighbors now have they're all into gardening, and so there's a lot of. And usually they have so much yield that they have to give it away, and so we have one neighbor that gives away blueberries, and another one that does blackberries, another one that does onions, and we do tomatoes, and now we're doing peppers is our big thing. So,
do you have like an app, like a neighborhood version of Farmville, where you can like track like who has what? I know you have a little bit of an idea of like what skills your neighbors have. in your
Yeah.
little bat cave. But like, do you have one of like what everybody grows? And then like, do you export to other neighborhoods? Do you have your own like cryptocurrency? Is it their tub coin?
Well,
Is that what
I
we're
I
doing now?
I posted on this on a secret video before, but yeah, I have a map. I don't know if it's got a. I've been worried about talking about it, but yeah, I basically have a map of my entire neighborhood where everyone lives, who they are, what their phone numbers are, and then also
Social security numbers, credit card information.
Well, I also, if they're a prepper friendly, if they're a friendly, like they're part of then they have a certain marking on there, and then I also have like what they grow. So, and so we, I don't know. I like going. I'm always inspired by Batman, and I think Batman would have the same thing for his neighborhood. If he's
I think so, and I think it's adorable that you don't let them know about all the cameras that you have put in their yards. I think that's fantastic.
On the same map, I have who has cameras. So I have a camera icon to show who has cameras on their yard. So because we've had some problems with. I know I haven't talked about it on the channel for a little bit, but we've had problems with car theft and all sorts of the bad guys are out lately. So they're
now is that the neighborhood at large, or is that just you? Like, is it just you that's having all these problems? Like,
neighborhood is usually we're like the young hip family in the neighborhood. That's mostly an elderly neighborhood, except for a few people around our age. But we came here because it was a nice, quiet neighborhood in more of the suburbs. The cities, it's kind of it's a little rough, but in the suburbs, it's okay. But it's just over the last, I think, like especially the last 1 to 2 years, 1.5 years, it's been really like they're a lot of the bad guys are emboldened to just screw it. Let's take this guy's car. Let's take their catalytic converter, or let's break in. And so now we're having to form a neighborhood watch, and of course, I want to get just going super OCD techie on it. So that's why I have a map of everyone's what their capabilities are in the neighborhood. So.
Now, do you think, I'm just curious because I know with your millions and millions of fans that like is it do you think it may be the billboard that you've put outside the house of like urban prepper lives here with like an arrow? Like, do you think maybe that's drawing attention, or like that you have your logo on your garage door? Like, I prep for everything.
Well, there's no branding on the house. We try to go again, gray man. So we want to have a nice, normal looking house. But it was funny. There is when we first moved in, we had kind of a neighbor dispute going with this one neighbor who wanted us. We have a walnut tree in the front yard, and this person was getting on my wife because he wanted us to cut the tree down because it blocked his view basically. And so. And we're like, and so he came a little hot at us. He was coming hot, and so and we're like, no, we love that tree, and that was one of the reasons we got the house, because we really like the tree. And anyway, so it was a bone of contention. Then months go by. Then he comes up to me as I'm mowing the lawn, and he's like, totally different attitude. He's like, hey, are you on YouTube? And I'm like, yeah. And are you the urban prepper? And I go, yeah. He totally changed his tune. Now we're really good friends, and started off on the wrong foot.
So what you're saying is that you really should just wear a T-shirt that says, "Yes, I am the urban prepper." There you go.
I try to do branding as much as I can, but I've kept consistent branding over the years with my hat and process and beard. So. No, I didn't. I don't have a PDF of a map of my neighborhood, Dutch bike vlogger.
Exactly. If you could just distribute that to everyone on the internet, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's
not an ocean view. But there is some water in the distance, and you can technically see it if this tree was. So
is the water that they're seeing the rain gutter system that you have? That is the underground spring to the well to the all of that.
Been working on our rain gutter rain entrapment type system and working on some of those things, but the water, there's like, it's kind of close to the Puget Sound area, so you could see a little bit of in the distance. So if we cut down our walnut tree, he'd have a great view. But
I feel like that walnut tree is never getting cut down at this point. If do you understand who I am? I am the urban prepper. Well, I am on YouTube. People know me. People stop me at Costco.
I try to keep everything separated. So like, I'm just the neighborhood guy. When I'm at work, I'm just the work guy, Cliff at work, and but sometimes there's some crossover that happens, and it's always fun.
Sir, do you know when I hold up a Silcock key on the internet, Amazon will sell out? That I make that happen. That is what happens, sir. Enjoy my walnuts. Oh my
I see a lot of
goodness.
cool new faces that are from the main channel. That's awesome to see them. So,
Yes.
have you been back or have I not been notified? Yeah, I haven't posted a lot of videos lately, except for these live streams that we do on the GOT. If you want to subscribe to the GOT Preps channel, we do this weekly. But on the main channel, I've been on a kind of a little bit of a sabbatical just for personal reasons, I guess. So.
Yeah, we're having way more fun on the GOT Preps channel. And
the GOT Preps channel is nice because there's very little planning that goes into it, and it's like an hour of power, and it's fun. So.
We broadcast our great product on Cliff's backup spam account. That's what we.
Well, just in case they decide to take down the main channel, like I get canceled for making one too many PDFs or something.
Yeah, exactly.
We got the backup channel ready. So.
You're downloading too much bandwidth going to the backups.
Yeah.
So, and for anyone else who is new, who is joining us, we also have this as a podcast. I try to get episodes up. I'm way behind in getting the episodes up. But we do try to get the audio up. So if you would prefer to listen to this as a podcast, we are on all of the major podcasting platforms. And if you are new, go ahead and hit the subscribe buttons, hit the like buttons, let even more people know about this whole little thing that we do. It's kind of under the radar secret prepping, our secret prepping thing.
There's so many secret preppers out there. It's crazy. That's one of the nice things about having. There's this fly that's just killing me in here, but okay.
You're having a day. I'm glad that you picked this episode. I'm glad you picked this episode to launch to your broader audience. Like, I'm glad that's what best foot forward. Here we go.
Let's just do it live. So
we'll do it live.
Having like that consistent. People they recognize you because they probably watched a video 7 years ago or something like that. But it's just amazing on how many secret preppers there are out there that you would not think are preppers, especially in the urban environment. I think in more of a rural environment, you could probably spot them a little easier. But man, some of these urban preppers out of the world are very discreet, very gray man, and you would never know unless they told it to you. So
yeah, I've found that in talking with like all of the people that we're having coming over to do things for the office or whatever, when I say like, hey, we're building this office thing, they're like, oh yeah, and I'm like, yeah, and we're actually making it this bunker because I do YouTube videos and like we're doing things, and then all of a sudden everyone's very intrigued and they're like, oh, we don't want to do the solar system because of whatever, and I'm like, well, we're going to do it for this video thing, and they're like, oh, that's very intriguing. Or it's like, hey, what if we did like trap doors? And they're like, yeah, 100%. Let's do trapdoors. That's a fantastic idea. So I'm not sure whether or not this is a good idea or just a lot of people are going to have fun building it. But that's,
I find a lot of people, like you live in the Portland area and I'm in the greater Seattle area. And I find a lot of people, like they don't want to talk about it because they assume that prepping is kind of a taboo topic because they see doomsday preppers and they see a lot of the doom and gloom, but it's amazing. Like so many people that are interested in it and want to feel like it's an okay thing to do, and then they'll secretly talk about their pantry like it's on the low key, or so like it's a forbidden thing to do. But I know that a lot of people are concerned with I don't know, being targeted and things like that. But there's a lot of people that out there that are either closet preppers or secret preppers, or they would really like to be preppers, but they don't want to go against the norm of what being a hoarder or something like that. So.
Yeah, exactly. Dutch, definitely. Yeah. Welcome in everyone to the mid-season finale of Prep Talk Live. So, as a side note, we had actually talked about doing this for Preparedness Month, National Preparedness Month. We had talked, okay, maybe we'll do like a trial run on the big channel. And then I think in a month or two, we're going to have our 1 year anniversary thing, and we'll do that. We'll do a big thing of that. Unless Tup decides he wants to use the main channel going forward, in which case just hold on to everything because here we go.
Yeah, I'd like to have it more on the main channel for more people as much as I can, but I know some people, they don't like hey, when's my next EDC backpack video? And they want more of those. Where's my PDF? I don't want to hear you live stream.
We give you real-time EDC stuff. We give you what we bought this week. Like that's what we give you on this.
So I'm trying to find the right, because I have my job for my day job is kind of more responsibility. So I'm trying to find the right balance of workload and stuff. But I think like it should definitely be a regular appearance on the main channel in addition to the I think we can find the right sweet spot. So.
We'll find a good
Without
balance.
technological,
Yeah. Kaylin is a closet prepper, a bedroom prepper, a living room prepper. Just can't be a pantry prepper. I think you're meaning pantry prepper.
Oh, they don't have pantries. Okay.
Yes. Kaylin, I have to say, you did an amazing job of adding an extra character to pantry in both instances that you used it. Everything else spelled perfectly, but pantry, I don't know what happened there, but apparently, like, the A is against you.
That is so. Jamie hits a comment about them. We have enough Mylar to fake 5 more Roswell crashes. That is so funny. Yeah, I think a lot of preppers, we could probably make some NASA like spacecrafts with all the Mylar that we have for our Mylar bags for 5-gallon buckets and stuff.
Well,
That's
and then
hilarious.
you've got the Mylar bags, and then you also have those like the like marathon blankets that they hand out. Like it's like standard prepper issue. Like you get the orange whistle thing, and you get the Mylar blanket and a snap glow stick, and now you have entered the world of prepping. I think is what happens. Oh, and a life straw. You got to have a life straw to start with.
Those are kind of like gateway preps, I think. Yeah,
exactly.
That's probably a good topic just to talk about gateway preps like that. Yeah, totally the glow sticks, some pouched water, emergency food ration bar, the Mylar blanket, the orange whistle, all of those are introductory preps to get, and then eventually you upgrade all of them for some highly expensive things.
Yeah, some sort of a compass, whether you need it or even know how to use it or not. And it's a bonus if you include the compass in something else. Like if you get just a compass, like that's not cool, but like a compass on like a water bottle, now you feel like you have really entered into the prepping world, I think. Rain poncho,
like REI style compasses, but then when you see like the military the guys, they have the real fancy $100 compasses, and it makes me feel inadequate. But
Caitlin
bumped up my compass game.
Caitlin wins the paracord bracelet with the compass attached. That is the survival knife of now.
That's kids in the 80s. Yeah, totally. And I stopped wearing the paracord bracelets because every time I wore them, people just pick you out as a prepper. Oh, you into prepping? Like, so I was like, oh crap, I gotta take off the paracord. And then I tried switching it up and doing like Seahawks colors because it was Seattle. I thought that would blend in, but no. Like it totally identifies you as a prepper if you have a paracord bracelet. So
I think
it's no longer gray man.
Yeah, I think paracord in any capacity identifies you as a prepper. I think like the tactical backpacks, even if it's like like I have some 511 backpacks that are supposed to be like their covert line, but they still look like if you have molly webbing on anything, you are immediately a prepper.
In the CD, I could spot a prepper a mile away. So most of them don't have the paracord bracelets anymore, but they have the way that they have their cargo pants and how they're set up. You could tell if they have certain knife clips. You could tell sometimes the way they wear their hats or the backpacks that they have. There's telltale signs of preppers out there, but then there's also ones that you would never think is a prepper because they're so undercover that they just blend in with everyone. I think that's probably the best approach.
They have reached the full gray man potential. Chuck, if you're walking around,
so that's right.
Yeah, Chuck, if you're walking around wearing a raincoat and pants in hot weather, that's a problem. Yes, I don't know if you're a prepper or looking for heat stroke, one or the other.
And in Seattle, if you have an umbrella, that means you're a tourist because most of the Seattle people they don't have umbrellas. They don't. But I have my security umbrella for security purposes. But
of course,
I use it as like a pimp cane kind of. I don't do it because.
Like I imagine your umbrella, now that you describe it, more of like something you would find in a Batman cartoon that the Penguin might be using.
The Penguin would have this umbrella that I have because it's indestructible. I mean, I could stand on it. I could put it on between two chairs and stand in the middle. It's not going to bend, and it has a nice kind of club if you needed to fight zombies or something. So.
And you can select whether it's like the goo shoots out of it, or whether it's a net, or whether it's like the electric charges or whatever.
That would be sweet if like you could have like that style of security umbrella. And whoever had the comment, they know you're not from Seattle if you have that. But if it had pepper spray in it, that'd be a pretty cool feature because you'd be able to block it from spraying back at you. That's what I'm always worried about with pepper spray. But if you had it at the tip, that'd be kind of sick. I like that.
Yeah. We're gonna leave the tip alone. And we're gonna say, I think perhaps like this is something we should reach out to like some people about.
Yeah.
Like I think that's a great idea. I switched over to the gel, the pepper gel.
Yeah, that's
just
good.
to try to avoid some of the spray back. And because it came in a really cool little black Molly pouch thing, and so I felt like that made it better.
Yeah, I've switched to the pepper gel as well, and for all of them, and it'd be for that very reason. But I've heard some people say, "Oh, well, it's easier to wipe off," but I think it'll ruin someone's day for sure, unless I throw my wife's hot peppers at them, and that'll all be equivalent of the pepper gel.
Just lob spaghetti laced with this nitroglycerin pepper thing that she has. You know, it doesn't even get in their eyes.
I'm going to can some up and send them to you so you can experience how hot these are. So.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
They're not like a Reaper hot, but they're for me, they're pretty hot. So.
I've always looked forward to my Two-Face moment where, speaking of Batman, where you just be scarred or something like that. I think that could be, we put in this spaghetti sauce, have a little bit of a food fight, melted flesh. I think we're on brand. I think we could make that happen.
Yeah, Batman is one of the top preppers in the game today. That's for sure. I was watching Cobra Kai, the new season of that, and there was a cool scene. Well, I don't know if it's cool, but I don't want to give spoiler alert, but they use this hot pepper that they got to rub in someone's eye that was attacking them, and I thought it was a cool. It reminded me of my wife's peppers, and then this could be a self-defense. But
yeah,
we have our pepper gel on all the exterior doors of the house. I have it Velcroed there, so just in case a bad guy comes to one of those things and you're not ready to duke it out, or you don't have your security umbrella or anything, I have pepper spray on hand where only I can reach it because I'm pretty tall. And it's on every single exterior door of the house right now. So,
which is great for your wife. I'm sure that she loves knowing that there's pepper gel just out of reach. Just out of reach. Just if only Cliff were home, we would be fine.
If she jumped, I think she could get it by it. She'd have to really do a quick little jump. But at least I mainly don't want the kids to get it. Is the thing. So.
Yeah. We have it. We put it in a variety of different locations and places. Also in the cars. We had an interesting moment in a Seattle garage, like parking garage, a couple of years ago. And so we have now placed it in the cars. So in case we are approached by someone, we have something available, to potentially diffuse that situation, or at least allow us to leave in time.
I needed to tell this to you, and now that we're talking, everyone's here. I could tell them too.
Yeah.
I finally got to use my travel John in my glove compartment. This little, I've been dying to use these things because it's a prep.
Is it because of the peppers?
No, it was unrelated to peppers.
Okay, all right.
I was in traffic. I couldn't get out. I had to go to the bathroom. Number one. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna wet myself. And I had to go to. I had an evening function. It was like I was in a suit and everything. And I'm like, oh, I got the travel John. And so I got it in the glove compartment. I finally got to use it. It worked as designed because previously I tested it with beer, but it works also with the real stuff. And then
you tested it with beer. Isn't that usually what leads to the need for the Porta-John is beer?
I was making a video and I didn't want to use the real thing. So I had to use a place, and it had this right kind of similar color scheme. So anyway, I finally got to use the travel John in a real, like, I'm going to pee my pants situation in the vehicle. It worked according to plan and I restocked up. So travel John, highly recommended. Get them on Amazon. So.
That is fantastic. We, of course, because you said, hey, there's this thing, and the power of TUP, we all go buy it. So yes, I have acquired some of those myself. I'm glad to know that they work. I'm glad to know that because it's one of those things that I guess unless you test it, but they come in really small packages. So if you test one, you basically have to buy, several more and then test one. It's always good to know that they work, and then you don't have to buy one.
Well, the best thing is that they don't leak. Like I saw someone said mayonnaise jar, but I just remember on Dumb and Dumber where they used the beer bottles for it. And as we know from Dumb and Dumber, it splashed, it splashed a little bit. So the way that it turns the liquid into a gel and you can tip it upside down, it's not going to leak anywhere. It's perfect for for vehicle emergencies where when you have to go, you have to go. So
yeah, exactly. Jamie says he has a tactical mayonnaise jar.
nice.
I'm concerned about that on several levels, but I'm excited for Jamie that there is a tactical mayonnaise jar in the truck. Concerned about what would go in that mayonnaise, like that. But
I know
it's better to have it than not.
I don't know if it's tactical, but I know a lot of people use peanut butter for hiding their gold coins. They have their gold not in the safe. They have it in a peanut butter, and they jam it in. And so the peanut butter jar weighs like 20 pounds or something because it's filled with gold bullion. And I don't know if that counts as tactical peanut butter, but.
Is it possible to remember, like a couple weeks ago, you had that little tenth of a gold coin that you lost somewhere between your chair and the wall? Is it possible that you put it in a single serve thing of peanut butter and then
I don't think so.
forgot about
I should have thought. Yeah, man, I'm still kicking myself about it because I don't want to lose gold, but I totally lost gold. And I kind of blame you because.
I'm good. I'm glad you should. I mean,
I showed it on the live stream with you, and then I didn't put it back to where it needed to go. So anyway,
that is, you know what? That's fine. What we should have done. Yeah, next time put an Apple AirTag on it.
Yeah, I'm almost done with it. I know I've been talking about it for months, but I'm almost done for that AirTag. I haven't checked to see if anyone else has already done it though. So.
And I definitely owe. I don't remember. I don't think it was Guardian Prepper. Maybe it was Prepper Penguin. Yeah. I owe him more of an apology. He hasn't been on the stream lately, so we haven't been able to apologize personally. But yeah, those things notify like all the time. Yeah. And so my wife's phone and the kids' phones, like they get notified by the car, the keys, the wall, like everything. Like, so Apple needs to come up with a way to have like a family module or something so that you can say like, because it attaches to your individual account. And for those of you who have not seen the previous 31 episodes of our podcast, we had a long conversation about Apple AirTags and where to put them and how to use them and using them for tracking. And I didn't think that they would notify everybody unless you were driving somewhere else. And turns out they notify everybody regardless. So when the kids are around or something and I have one in my wallet, I have one on the keys, my wife's purse, phone, cards, everything, it'll ping with notifications like there is an Apple AirTag nearby. And it's like, yeah, it's dad's keys. We get that. But you can't it has to go to an individual account. You can't put it to a group, unlike what you do with like iTunes purchases and stuff where you do like the family sharing. So they need to bring that. Apple, if you're listening, if you're one of the 75 or 80 people who are listening right now, if you could make that adjustment, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah. Those would be definitely nice adjustments. I've been really happy with the AirTags too. I don't have an iPhone and I have an iPhone that's just for the AirTags that has no SIM in it and has nothing on the iPhone, but it's been really useful. We went to the Washington State Fair and I had it on the kids, so I felt at least a little bit of peace of mind that even if they got lost or something, I would be able to track them down. So
yeah. Chuck wants to know where his peanut butter jar is.
Yeah.
Apparently someone threw it out and he would really like it.
I would be so mad if I had a bunch of gold in a peanut butter jar and someone threw it out. But they would have to be questioning, why is this jar so heavy? Like this peanut butter is rock solid. But
exactly. There was a Big Bang Theory where they had Bitcoin and they put it on like a USB drive and then Sheldon took it and then he threw it away. And so it reminds me of that because I enjoyed Big Bang Theory and unrelated tangents in my own head. But it was a Batman USB. So there we go. We've looped back. I think crypto and Batman, we've covered all the prepping topics.
My crypto game, I've slowed that down a little bit because previously I was trying to do like the rule of three where I was doing, I was trying to save some cash and some like precious metals and then also like crypto. But I put a halt to the crypto temporarily at least, and now focusing more on the cash and precious metals for your stockpile.
Yeah, the crypto thing is not doing well right now. It's not a good thing. But you know what? I've
Yeah.
learned my lesson. They're not your keys, not your crypto, and they are my keys now, and it is my crypto. And it's
Yeah, I have them on my Ledger Nano, but
yeah.
yeah.
Also, I think just real quick, Pony Girl maybe needs to go see a specialist or something. She thinks it would need to be a giant mayonnaise jar for her.
Now, are they using
and
the mayonnaise jar just for both
I
duties? Is that what we're talking?
here's the thing. I don't know, but the fact that like I just feel like Pony Girl, you might want to go see a specialist if that is maybe that's a thing for you. I don't know. Maybe make a couple phone calls.
Yeah, it reminds me of that sketch. I don't know if you watched in Living Color back in the day, but there was the one Damon Wayans had that character that was carrying the pickle jar, and that's and if you watch it in Living Color, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Big Ross, yeah. Prepper Litecoin or crypto. No, I think it's Tupcoin. I think we're gonna call it Tupcoin.
Kind of cool. I'd be honored. But.
It'll be like the Dogecoin dog, but with the Kangol hat and the beard and the glasses. I think that could be a thing. And I think it would go to the moon. I think not financial advice because it doesn't exist, but
we don't give
I feel like someone should. Yeah, exactly. Someone should get it.
We don't give medical or financial. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Not medical. Look at the disclaimer. Not medical. We're entertainment. Look, we're talking about preps, and we have a whole shelf full of Legos. Like, come on, people. I think all the umbrellas been in closet for like 2 years. Yes. Yeah, all of I think they were talking about being in Seattle and the umbrellas and things, which is the same thing.
There's a travel Jane. I didn't know about that. The female version is the Jane. That's cool.
Yes. I got the female, I think, but I don't know. I have to look and see what we got because I got a female version like for my daughter and stuff. My wife too, but mostly we were thinking about for daughter.
Yeah.
But if there is a travel Jane, that would probably be a good idea.
Well, it looks like someone who said that. Kaylin, I think, or it's confirmed. It exists and you could get it. So we use that. One time we used the travel John for a Little Miss Prepper. We were out like at Mount Rainier, and she had to go, and we ended up using it. It worked great for that. But so,
I have a You Go Girl, Mama Bear. That's fantastic. I hope that's a real thing. I'm assuming it's real. I hope it's real because it's a fantastic name. Yeah, that is a fantastic idea for a product.
A lot of cool comments coming in.
Let's see. Okay. B Walker. This is my first visit to your content. Just saying, hopefully that's a good thing. We try. We try so hard to not plan that it comes off authentically as if we haven't planned. As if we have just literally jumped on and started talking.
Yeah, this is all fun stuff. Like I mean, prepping is like it could be a real dark topic to when you start to, when you get it after you get past the 100 level courses and you get advanced. It could be dark and depressing, and so it's I know that both of us have always tried to make it a little bit more have fun with it, like lighthearted, even though it's very serious topics, and not take ourselves too seriously. I think that's at least in my opinion, I think that brings more people into wanting to get into prepping if they see it as something that's not the doomsday prepper style stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. I thought someone in the chat was talking about like, did we see the Russia stuff today and everything? It's like, if you watch the news, like there's enough things there to be worried about. Like
I know.
There's enough.
I feel like the folks that come to I like doing videos on PDFs and on organization and on food ration bars and nerdy things. Like I don't really. If you want to watch another stuff and stay up all night and worry about, there's other places that you could go for that.
Exactly. We highly recommend the Canadian Prepper. We highly recommend City Prepper. They are on top of all of those things.
Yeah, so I had a lot of them. Like again, I was talking earlier, and I had to turn a lot of YouTube off for most of this year, just because it was keeping me up at night. Like, and as preppers, we're just constantly thinking, oh, I don't have preps for this, or I'm not prepared for this, or I don't have enough of this. And when I'm thinking of all these, something bad's going to happen type thing. I don't know. I was having a lot of problems with sleeping and waking up in the middle of the night, and so I had to really turn off a lot of things and just focus on family, focus on getting my house in order, and not and talking with friendly faces like Casey, who's
Exactly.
always down to talk about stuff that isn't scary, and hopefully it resonates with a certain. I imagine there's other people in the world that kind of think along those lines too. Hopefully,
Yeah, I think so too. I think one of the things that was interesting is as everything was coming up, and I mean, there's a lot that's been going on over the last several years. I think we're all aware of what's been going on. And I think it at a certain point, when you are of the preparedness mindset, or you are starting to get into preparing, there are rabbit holes that you can go down. And I liken it to kind of, or I had someone liken it to me the other day, of kind of like when you're like in Star Trek and they have like the long range sensors that go out. Like if you're in the prepping world, like your long range sensors are out all the time, and it requires a lot of energy. Just you're observing and seeing things that not everybody else is maybe paying attention to. And I would say one of the things that was amazing for me was I actually started going to therapy like last year, just having somebody to like talk and just talk about stuff with. And it has been amazing. It is like the best day spa ever. I look forward to it every Friday morning. I have my hour and it's just wonderful. But I think it's a great way for people to process this sort of thing. And especially now that you have like the virtual stuff, you don't actually have to go to an office. You don't have to go, like, I am a big proponent. Like, I wasn't skeptical of it. Like, I was a fan of it, but like I've never done it myself. But now, like, it is amazing, and I recommend it to everybody. And I think especially in the preparedness community, and for people who are just getting into it, the idea that we are, like, by nature thinking about things that could happen, that could be bad or negative or cause fear and anxiety and all this sort of stuff, having the ability to go and like talk to someone and kind of decompress, I think is an important thing. And I'm happy to be that for you.
I think that's great. And
also,
man,
my copay bill hasn't made it to you yet. That's what this whole charade is. Your wife called and said, "Hey, I need to get Cliff some help," and I was like, "I'd be happy to."
Yeah, as you were talking, there's all sorts of things I was thinking about. One, I think laughter is like being able to joke about stuff, about very serious topics. Like, I think the work that comedians do is like they help break down some of the taboo type stuff, and they're able to talk. And even though they're serious things, and I think we can make more headway through laughter oftentimes than through other ways. But yeah, man, you were talking about so many good. Man, you were hitting home run though after home run, and I was like, don't like, ruin it.
Exactly, it is what it is. Like, I'm watching Aaron Judge try to hit 61 home runs or whatever. It just is in the day. It's just. But no, I think I've had a lot of people talk. Go before you forget.
I remember what I was going to say. I don't know if it's like this for you, but I feel like oftentimes when I'm out, like grocery shopping or doing anything out with you feel like you're kind of Neo in the Matrix, where the way that we're looking at things is once you get into prepping, it's like you're awake on something. Like when I'm at a grocery store, I'm not thinking, oh, I got my checklist. I'm thinking, oh, what's the shelf life of that canned meat over there? And I'm thinking prepping for that. And when I go to Costco and I'm looking at clothes, I'm thinking of dual purpose for prepping. That you have that prepping where it's a 24-hour, 365-day a year type thing, and you just look at things in different ways. And that I think that other normal people, I don't think they're thinking about this. Or sometimes when I'm driving, I'm like, oh, what would I do if the earthquake happened right this second? What would I do? Like that's the stuff that goes through our minds. And so if you get too dark, you go down a wrong path, I think, where it becomes a very depressing, I think. But that's why having the fun and talking about these funny, the travel John, or talking about, it makes it a little bit more, you can stomach it a little bit better. But yeah, I always feel like when I'm out in public, like, that we have our prepping lens on everything that we're doing. If we're buying a new car or our gas, we're trying to, when do I need to rotate my gas supply that's at the house in my cans that I have, the NATO cans or whatever. It's just nonstop. So.
Yeah, exactly. I think,
you said it much better than I did, but yeah.
Look, I do what I can for you. I try. I'll make sure I cut that up into the clip that goes on TikTok. I think the other, like, I've noticed, like, also people mentioning like prepper burnout, and I ran into that at a certain point, and I think I made a video about it. I haven't made like an actual video in a really long time. We've been doing streams and everything else. I think I may have made a video about it at one point. But it's kind of like you just get overrun and your, adrenal system is going. You're like your fight or flight all the time. And because of social media and the news and just everything else, like you are bombarded with these things that then as a prepper you think, okay, I need a plan for that. I need a plan for that. I need a plan for that. And there's way more than like normal, like what people are used to dealing with. And I think especially if you're new to it, it can be really overwhelming. If you've been in it for a while, you don't even notice that it's happening. It just can become overwhelming when you start stacking, issue after issue, whether it's global or whether it's local, as far as like it's a recession and like kids are home from school and like there's all kinds of things that you are just kind of wearing yourself out on.
Yep. Totally. Yep.
So yeah, exactly.
That's
so
gotta say about that.
yeah, exactly. So definitely like, yeah, it's a whole thing. But anyway, I was doing a whole, having a like side track this weekend or whatever, and I was thinking about that. I was like, that's one of those things.
Yeah, Sutton's Days, our good fan Sutton's Days, has a great video on prepper burnout. You can search Sutton's Days prepper burnout, and you'll find it. It's really, I can put it in the chat room, I think, maybe. Well, maybe not. But search Sutton's Days prepper burnout. I thought it's really. She did it probably 2 to 3 years ago, and it's really it really resonated with me. So.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's fantastic, and I think it's one of those things too that also by the nature of preppers, we tend to be focused on ourselves and on our like kind of internally, like we want to see what's going on, but we're also like what's happening here with me and making sure that everything. And so the conversation about like, hey, how you doing? Are you all right? Do you like amongst preppers doesn't necessarily happen as much. And I think that's maybe an opportunity that we have because again, between the Funkos and the Legos, like how seriously can people take us? That we can maybe be also that spot to be like, hey, like there's a lot going on here, and maybe this is an opportunity to do some other things for your health and your well-being. So
yeah, and when you make YouTube videos and stuff like that, you can have prepper burnout. You can also have YouTube burnout, or if you're posting on other platforms too. Like so, you can have folks like us. We have dual burnout times where we might have prepper and For me, it's I never wanted prepping to be like a job, like where I'm doing it because for ad revenue or something like that. Like it's a creative outlet. It's like something I really enjoy that I would do whether or not you make any kind of money from it. And so I've always wanted it to be fun and something that I could the collaboration with like-minded people has always been really important to me because that's the whole reason why I started the channel in the first place, because no one would talk to me about it in my real life, I guess, or my person-to-person life. Like folks are now wanting to talk about it, but I've always really valued that part of it. And
this is a part of the show where we find out that Cliff had no friends. And it really had nothing, like the prepping thing was just like there were lots of people he knew that were preppers, they just didn't like Cliff, I think is what we take away from
I had no prepper friends for a while. I'm glad it looks like Amy Fresh was on the Sutton States prepper burnout. It's in the there it is. Watch that one, it's awesome. But yeah, I think it's hard to find prepper friends, and unfortunately that's like the best thing about YouTube is that I think it's brought a lot of us together that let's say we didn't have this platform, like I wouldn't know who you were, like we probably would never meet, and I wouldn't know who Amy was or anyone, all these other great channels and great personalities and stuff. It's really bridged a lot of people together, and it's I think that's the best part about this, so for sure.
Yeah, I think D sums up well. Smart people have less friends. I think that's if you take anything away from whatever this episode, smart people have less friends. I think that's where we land. All right. Well, it is.
Jamie, we are friends. That's for sure. We could probably go a little longer. I haven't. Well, let me see if I hear anything downstairs. I don't hear anything. We could probably. Should we do like? All right. We're on the main channel. It's been a while, so we might as well keep
exactly. We'll just keep going. Like I said, we go until Cliff says stop. I just am here for the ride.
I sense a disturbance in the force where I'm about to get raided by the kids, or this prepper is going to come at me with their peppers. So.
Yes. Speaking of disturbance in the force, the new Star Wars thing came out on Disney Plus today. the new Andor series. So if you're a Star Wars fan, you know, you got that to look forward to.
I haven't watched as much of the. I'm not as fan of the new trilogy. I like Mandalorian for sure, but Boba Fett was. There's a couple good episodes, but yeah, I've heard about the Endor, but I haven't watched any of it. So
yeah,
I'm looking at some of the comments. Why haven't Urban Prepper? There. We have an email thread going on it. I've been ghosting them because I've been really tuned out for a lot of those kind of things. But it's just scheduling, and then they're busy, very popular people, and they haven't done one. But we're trying to get one in the books. It's just been hard to book. Got to go through the legal team and the
well, and you have to figure out which.
Yeah,
you have to decide which depressing topic you're going to tackle. I mean, it's been so long. There are so many things now.
Well, there's so many topics that you can talk about. It's just more of a scheduling thing that's been hard. And and I have to admit that I've been. I think I've ghosted. I haven't responded to the email thread. So thank you for the reminder. I will respond to the thread on that. But
we're gonna do a secret reunion show on Prep Talk Live. We're gonna bring them all on, and it'll be like a surprise, like the Real Housewives, but it'll be like the Prepper Housewives of YouTube.
Yeah, with we'll get it's that guy's name Andy something, where he's the
exactly. We'll have him come on, and that would be fantastic. I would love every second of that. All right, I am trying to think of where to go from there. Where do we go from here?
We talked about we could just answer questions as we see them, but that's always a possibility. I think. Let's see.
Your fan club is here in full effect.
Yeah, good to see you again. Good to see you too. Yeah, good to see you too. I'm gonna do a dedicated video with just like, hey, where have you been type thing. So I'll definitely do that. This one is kind of an accident. I pressed the wrong button, I think. So
for those of you who are unfamiliar, this is Cliff the Urban Prepper.
I've been so I was having technical difficulties. I had to switch computers, reboot the camera, take out the SD card, and I finally got it working. I think the audio is semi-working now. And then I think I just went, all right, let's go to the main channel. So that's what we did, and that's welcome back.
Yeah. Do you think if we had Canadian Prepper on that we could make him laugh? Do you think that we could do that?
Yeah, the times that I like talking with Nate the best is when we're on the phone, or just like when we're not recording. Like, he's super funny and has a lot of he's funny. He laughs a lot, and we can do all sorts of jokes, and it's kind of fun. Where because the way that like right now, I don't cuss a lot in general, but you have to scale stuff back a little bit. Nate's a super funny guy, but it'd be cool to have some behind the scenes things. But making him laugh on camera when it's recorded, it might be tougher nowadays. So
are his jokes 30% less funny because he's Canadian? I just like I don't know. I had a lovely exchange with him on Instagram about like those gold bars that he had, and I was like, oh, those are so cool. Where do you get them from? So I feel like we're besties. I feel like we are absolutely like we spent Thanksgiving together and everything.
For all those guys, I always try to crack a joke, and I try to bust them up because I don't know.
Which is weird that they try to pepper spray you through the internet. I mean, that seems excessive.
It's always funny. I always feel like I'm like the odd person out on when it's on the doom zone, because if you look at thumbnails, they're all like, it's very serious, like a serious, and then there's me smiling about something nerdy.
With like a shirt that has color in it and something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But they're all. I talk to city prepping actually the most out of all of them. Brad sends me a car. I get stuff in the mail from him for his monthly. He has some photos and cards that he sends. But I talk to city prepping almost fairly often. This past week, I've talked to him probably 3 times on the phone about non-YouTube stuff, where we just kind of chat about things. And he's a really great guy too. And we enjoy talking about all sorts of topics, and it's fun to joke and say inappropriate jokes and stuff with your friends. So that's for sure.
Yeah, and I feel like we can joke about, like, Canadian Prepper is the one who came up with American Prepper, which is one of the funniest prepping video things.
Yeah, that's super funny.
I put that and like the rap parody videos that you have. Like, if you want to talk about funny prepping stuff, like, I feel like those sit in their own zone. And I'm not saying it just because you included me when I was just starting, and as a result, like that was a big thing for me. Like it has nothing to do with why I would put you up that high in any of it. It's just coincidence.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed the comedic aspect of making these videos, and because so much of prepping is very serious. So anytime you could bring a little humor, I think is good. But yeah, no, the All American Prepper is probably one of the funniest characters of all time in the prepping community. So, but over the past several months, I have been working on some new rap lyrics. I think I have 2 songs. I gotta go in the studio and record them. But I feel like with those rap videos, I have to make them bigger and better each time, so the bar keeps raising. And so, but yeah, I have a couple in the can. So
are any of them related to Cardi B, for example, or
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion lyrics?
Yeah, I don't have like a.
Are we gonna have a weird, awkward prepper? Is that a thing that is gonna happen?
Yeah, I don't know about Cardi B, but have you heard about? Did you hear that Cardi B's sister is like coming out on the scene lately? She's
I have
she's
not.
like, yeah, she's like this aerobics like an instructor or something like that. That's kind of in the Cardi B style, but she's into aerobics and exercise and stuff. Yeah, her name is Cardi O.
Oh, fantastic! Okay. That is great, because I was going to ask you, what TikTok style chat are you on secretly that you're getting Cardi B's aerobic sister?
No,
the cardio is
joke number 347. I got it.
That is fantastic.
Cardio. So I got it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Modern day prepper was like Cardi C. No, cardio. Fantastic.
Cardio. She's into exercise.
Way better.
I'm doing a Coolio one, and you probably know the song on that one. I also have I have a play on Bust a Move, which I have those lyrics have taken me a long time to do. So
a play on Bust a Move?
Yeah, do you know just Bust a Move?
Yeah, well, no, I'm familiar with the song. I'm trying to think of what the lyric would be that would
I'll give you for the folks watching this live stream a sneak peek into it. It's not Bust a Move, it's prep some food. So and so we're talking about food preps in the style and lyrics of Bust a Move. So
that is fantastic. This is why you have millions and millions of fans.
And then for the Coolio one, the song the hit is the Gangster's Paradise. So we're doing Prepper's Paradise.
Yeah.
Been prepping most our lives, living in the Prepper's Paradise. Been stocking beans and rice, living in the Prepper's Paradise. I think that's the hook. So
when you go on your stadium tour, is it possible that I could get a backstage pass?
Yeah, well, like, I need like a hype man. I need like the flavor of prepping, and I think that's,
all right. I would do like a clock, but instead of that, it would be a compass, because I feel like that would be on brand.
That'd be very prepping like, I think. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or maybe like a clock with a compass inside of it or something like that. Like we would just maybe it would have glow sticks on it, or those like when you go to like fair or something and they have the glow sticks that are necklaces. Like we could do something like that. I think that would work out really well.
I think those necklaces for glow sticks are great for like kids' bug out bags, because kids like them. And if you needed to really track them at night or something like that, like putting those, it feels like a normal thing to do. So
yeah.
So I'm like weird out prepping. That's awesome.
We need an accordion that has like, I don't know, like we need to put stuff on it, like a fan that's like a wind turbine or something, and then let's do like, I don't know, it would be like put snacks inside the handle or something. I don't know. We got to come up with things.
Weird Al does the one, the Right and Dirty one, the rap for that one, and he does the White and Nerdy. So I've been trying to do a prep version of that one because I like that rap, and I think Weird Al's super talented, but haven't quite figured out the lyrics on that one. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, glow sticks for bracelets, 100%. Yeah. They actually, Costco, who is not sponsoring us yet, but at any point, if they would like to, we would love to be sponsored. They had they were like glow sticks, but they had batteries in them. So they were like flashlights, but they looked like glow sticks.
Yeah.
And so we got those. What was nice about them is they lasted longer than the glow stick, because the glow stick only lasts for like 6 or 8 hours or something like that, depending on which one you get. But the ones with the batteries, you could run those for a couple of days, and you could do different patterns of light. So it would either be a flashlight, or it would actually light up the stick part, so you had some color. So So we actually did that on our last camping trip, and we gave each family a different color. So then we could also see, like, from far away, we could see like whose kids were where, and what they were doing and that sort of stuff.
Well, hopefully you'll get that Costco sponsorship pretty soon.
One
I think
day.
you've been plugging them like on a week-to-week basis. They need to come through for you. But I meet so many preppers at Costco. That's like the place where preppers hang out is Costco.
Costco is a fantastic date night.
We I don't know, the older that we get, like my wife and I, we want to like not have the kids with us and like go to Costco in peace, and that's like a good date night for it.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
get a hot dog afterwards. So.
Yes.
$1.50 hot dogs are.
Yeah, big spender. It's like, look, we spent $900 on the prepping food. Here's the $1.50 hot dog.
Ain't nothing but a prep thing, baby. Two preppers prepping crazy. I like that. Well, I think prepper works so good, like with rap lyrics, because how do I say this without getting banned? You could say there's some
it rhymes.
It rhymes with some words that the rappers use, and just prepper is it works. So that's
it does. It does. You're improving it. You're making. Well, I mean, I don't know.
I'm making it more. You could actually sing along with my prep rap songs, and it's okay.
Radio edit friendly is what
Denise did send me some. Yeah, keep stocking beans and rice. I think that might have been a Denise Drake line that I got. So thank you for Denise on that. So Denise sent me some lyrics for that, and I made some adjustments to it. But that one's coming out, and I have just the location to film it. So it's gonna be good.
Yeah, Denise, to be clear, he made just enough changes to not have to include you as a writing credit on the song.
There's writing credit that goes. The Denise Drake legal team is just like
he doesn't worry about the ad revenue on YouTube because he's getting just buckets full of iTunes revenue on residuals. That's what happens there.
Funny. Those rap videos take so long to do, like for coming up with the lyrics and filming them and doing the audio mixing, and they're not the most popular videos. Like I could instead just take my cell phone and go to Costco and film stuff, and that'd get more views. But they're a lot of fun to do, and those are the videos that I watch like years later. I'll watch back and enjoy them. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Costco ones, like you put a Costco logo or Home Depot or something, and it's a home run.
For me, I'm not putting like a nuclear explosion or something. I feel okay putting those Costco. It's normalizing prepping.
Yeah, I think the videos that I've done at Costco have been the least amount of preparation. Like literally, you just walk around the store and you're like, here are some ideas of things that are important, and they do the best. And the ones that I spend, like the most amount of time trying to think about, and it's like, well, you've got 12 views. I'm like, well, all right, that's not what we were going for, but sure, close enough.
Yeah. Someone said the Costco headquarters is in Issaquah. That's not too far. So I like going to a few different Costcos. So, and there's a couple other, again, those videos are easy to make, but I think they resonate with people because people could relate to going to Costco, or they could relate going to the grocery stores, and they feel, I think I get the feeling that they come across more raw and real because it's more of an average thing that people do, and having your they're fun for sure.
Yeah. So lots of interesting things. So Mama Bear, I actually had not seen them until the other day. I saw them at Costco.
I saw them too.
And I was shocked. I was like, what is happening here at Costco?
Actually, I think I bought some.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Is it by the chainsaw? Do you have like a filing system?
Well, no, it's not by the chainsaw, but it's
Hold on, let me get the tray of ammo cans. That's the thing.
So I went to Costco. I saw them because they were there, and then but it's close to it's where my rake is, like expandable rake. So,
but because obviously
we always have on YouTube live streams, you should just be ready to go with the
just garden implements at the ready in your office at home. Yeah. That's okay. And tell me again how you think you lost a gold coin between your chair and the wall. That's okay.
Well, there's all sorts of stuff around here. So.
Yeah, exactly. I like the fact that it came in like a tray, where it was like 4 of the boxes in a tray, like for easy moving and stuff. So I was like,
I use it for totally, nerdy reasons. Like what I put in the ammo cans is not, it's not prepping cool, but it's.
Right. Be sure everyone to know that he's saying that on a prepping podcast where like you might want to expose what you put in your cans. But sure,
Well,
yeah,
like,
we all believe that you put peanut butter full of gold in your
it's
ammo.
good. It's anything that you kind of want to have protected from the elements. Like I
Yeah.
have one ammo can with matches in it. Like so, it's like I don't have cool stuff in there.
Yeah. So video idea, because we always get the best video ideas on our stream. I spent $10,000 at Costco.
Nice.
Some of us just call that a Tuesday. I don't even know that would like but yeah, that would be funny to
do
do
you
it
have
video.
do you have the fancy Costco memberships? I don't know if other preppers do too, but
The fancy Costco membership.
yeah, where you like the executive membership,
Yeah.
or you do?
Well, yeah. So part of that is because for our business, we needed to have a business credit card for because in my real world, we have a business that I run, and so we needed a credit card for that. And at the time, you could get the Costco credit card, and you could also get the executive membership, and so you get like 2% back on everything you buy from the executive membership, and then you get 2% back on the credit card, so you get like 4% back on anything you do for. So we have that credit card, and then we have the Amazon Prime credit card because we get 5% back at Whole Foods and 5% at Amazon, which is between those two, that's like 80% of our spending. And then we have the Target Red card because we have a Target by our house. And between that, I don't think we buy a few things from other places, but that's like the majority of our spending comes from those three spots.
So it should probably preppers should get the executive membership for their Costco because preppers go to Costco a lot.
Yeah, I think if it's something that you're going to do, and some of it has to depend on also how much you spend. Because I think if you spend a certain amount, like you get that money back. If you spend a certain amount, you get it back, but you have to pay more for that membership. So if you're going to spend enough to justify that additional spend, then it's 100% recommended.
I think at one point I had it, and then I wasn't spending enough to warrant it, or I wasn't getting enough back, and so I stopped doing it. And then every time now, like after kind of COVID, and I find myself shopping at Costco more than I used to, and so then they're always wanting to get the executive membership type thing. But I think a lot of prep, from what I'm seeing in the comment section, it's the way for preppers. It's the way to go. It's the
I think that's
a Costco prepper card. Would that be awesome? Like where certain Costco items like canned tuna or batteries or stuff that that are prepper friendly items that maybe you get additional cash back. I think that'd be a big hit. So.
Somebody just said the chat's going really fast that if you don't get enough back in the first year, that they'll refund you the difference or something like that. So that's a thing to look at. Also, the Costco gas is he's saying safer because I was thinking is it chemically safer? Like what's going on?
That's nice. Because I thought, weren't we talking about it a few episodes back where we thought the gas might be getting more ethanol or something like that?
So I think but they you also get an additional discount if you have the executive membership, or if you use the Costco credit card, you get a higher percentage back if you go to a Costco gas station. So we have 2 Costcos that are within 5 miles of our house. So we are always going to the Costco gas station to get gas, and then Costco.
I should probably do that because I go to I go where the panhandlers and the sketchy people are is for my gas. Maybe it's not the best route, but I got to test my situational awareness when I go there.
Yeah, and I also know that Costco. I think Costco's, at least for us, we've always lived close to a Costco, and there's in the Portland area there are a ton of Costco, so we're always close by. But we don't have Sam's Clubs. We barely have Walmarts. There's 3 or 4 actual big Walmarts in our area. For the most part, they're the little grocery store versions of Walmart. So there are other areas where it might be Sam's Club. I know they have very similar sort of a setup to Costco. So you might want to, if you live in an area where there isn't a Costco, but there's a Sam's Club, look at doing the Sam's Club, all up membership to save some cash.
Yeah, I don't usually. I don't think I've ever been to a Sam's Club, but I know a lot of people rave about it. I'm more of a Costco and I like Winco a lot for food. I don't know. Do you have
Yeah.
There's a Winco.
We have
in Portland,
Winco.
right?
Yeah. There's a Winco. There's also a Winco about 2 or 3 miles. There's a couple of them actually by our house. So we have Wincos, we have Costco's, but we don't have Sam's Club. I think BJ's is another one that I've heard of that exists. Yep. I think it's like a Midwest sort of a thing. So yeah, we don't have that one either.
Cool. Yeah, I need to start getting Costco gas then. I guess I need to up my game a little bit. Sounds like it's a little safer because whenever I don't know what it is, I give off this vibe, and they always start off with "Excuse me, sir," and when I know that I'm being called sir, I'm like, here we go.
But have you considered the executive membership? Yeah, no, I think it's worth looking at.
Yeah, I think I'll go back. I think I'll go back to it because I had it for a while and then I wasn't justifying it. But then like with COVID and stuff, then I think we've been going to Costco enough to warrant it now. So
yeah, and I don't know, like I probably wouldn't get the credit card if I didn't need it. Like if it was like for the extra 2%, I don't know that it's worth getting a Costco credit card like to just get the points. But for us, because we've kind of mapped our main spending to these kind of needs and business and personal and stuff, it kind of mapped out really well for us. So I would say if you have a use for it, if the Urban Prepping LLC needs, a credit card, then get the Costco credit card, do it that way.
Okay.
And then write off the membership.
Man,
I mean, I'm just saying that's.
I thought you said you're not giving financial advice, but this is all
I'm not.
info.
I'm not. Look, it's not a check with your CPA and everything else, but that's a whole other thing in there that there's lots of that sort of stuff. I've been thinking about like prepper deals. Like I feel like there's a zone for me to do some prepper deal stuff. I'm trying to
you have to automate the process somehow because there's so many deals always going on. So you'd have to have some kind of someone write a web crawler that's searching certain sites for prepper deals. I think would be good. So
yeah, I think I want to do something that's a little more curated though. Because like I belong to like there's a Facebook group and it's like an automated thing and it's a bot and it just throws out like random stuff from Amazon and I'm like I wouldn't buy none of these things. So it's something around like, especially like when certain brands do like emails and they're like, hey, we're doing 20% off this weekend or whatever. If you're not subscribed to their email list, you wouldn't know that. So like, how do we like do some of those and doing things like Rakuten? I do Rakuten all the time for cash back when I'm buying stuff and discount gift cards and all of those sorts of things are ways of like, especially as inflation continues to increase or stay steady or whatever, like okay, if I can save 10%, I at least am back to where we were 3 years ago, as opposed to
it's hurting on the meats like ground beef and stuff for those that eat meat. I bet you're seeing it. It's definitely hurting for sure.
That is one of the interesting things though that we've seen at like Whole Foods that's different at some of the other grocery stores that get supplied by more of the national manufacturers, they're dealing with a lot more of the transportation issues and they're dealing with a lot more of the regional market stuff. Whereas we go to Whole Foods, it's incredibly expensive for a lot of things, but like the meat price has stayed relatively stable because it's coming from local.
Yeah, we normally get our ground beef and a lot of our meats actually from Whole Foods because it's cheaper than it is at Fred Meyer or whatever other place. I think Trader Joe's also has for meat prices. Especially if you're canning ground beef or something like that, I think their meat prices are pretty good too. So
yeah, Costco also has fantastic meat prices.
They do.
Again, Costco, if you'd like to sponsor, put it down.
When are you going to get your Costco tattoo? I forgot that you.
I don't know. I found out
on the neck tattoo or something.
Okay, so here's the funny thing. I actually found out that Costco has an affiliate program. And I was like, oh, okay, this is like, okay.
I thought it was like really weak though, I thought. Is it pretty good?
It's only on their memberships. Like it's only on if you get someone to become a member of Costco, then you get that. But like if you say, hey, you should buy, and I put up stuff, whether it's an affiliate or not, if I think it's a good thing, I just say what it is. But it's like, okay, if I'm saying it's a good thing and I could, get an affiliate commission off of it, might as well try. But yeah, it's only on memberships and stuff. So it's not a great plan. It's not nearly as good as like Amazon or
Yeah.
something like
There's
that.
some funny comments coming in, but
Yeah, we have the chat is doing fantastic work. Let's see.
well, it's almost about that time. I'm sensing some disturbances in the force downstairs. So at any point, one
Yes.
of my kids will come in here and ruin everything.
Okay. I think modern day prepper has our final thing.
Yeah.
I don't know that we top that. I feel like we've put in a solid 90 minutes at this point.
That's good.
It was fantastic. I appreciate the surprise on lobbing me into the main channel with no warning at all.
That was subscribe. Let's go over. Click the subscribe. Go find Cascadia. Go Cascadia Dispatch. Subscribe over there, and also subscribe to the Got Prep, the secondary channel, because we do these more regularly here. But I think we should probably have some kind of cadence where, okay, we're going on the main channel, because I have to finish a couple videos for the main channel. But
exactly. Like maybe we'll do. Yeah, we'll do the main channel like once a month or once a quarter or something. But we do every week on Got Preps and Cascadia Dispatch. And also check out Apple iTunes podcasts, Google podcasts, all that stuff.
You've been doing some TikTok stuff, and I think that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, we got TikToks. We do, like, I think we're the only preppers. Casual Prepper Podcast occasionally does a TikTok. I feel like we do better TikToks. But you know,
it's you, because I haven't made one of them. So,
so yeah, so we got more TikTok stuff coming.
There needs to be more preppers on TikTok, because well, I know why preppers probably don't want to. I have a TikTok phone that has nothing else on it, and because I don't, I'm apprehensive on some of those technology things. But
Tup is very apprehensive about technology, and as a result, he has 78 different cell phones.
Yeah,
they all have different phone numbers.
Where I use this to talk to Cascadia Dispatch. I'm going to break it in half, type thing. So
yes.
You can't really do that as easily with the smartphones as you could with like the flip phones. Like that used to be a lot cooler to do, where you could just break it and throw it away.
Yeah, exactly. Another awesome time. We just, Mom's not pissed, and I just keep going until.
Actually, this call just came from Mom, so
okay. All right, but
for my own
we'd like
safety, I should probably.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everyone. Well, thanks again for joining us. We appreciate it as always. We will be back next Wednesday, 5:30 normal time. We won't change it to 5:45 because, as we found out, it was not that you people were waiting around. It was that Tup put us on the big channel, and that was the thing that really did it. So 5:30 Pacific time. We'll see you next Wednesday. Subscribe, hit the like button. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
See ya.